Imagine this. A travel writer, someone who maps out hotels, restaurants, even tells you the best suit to wear, a medium gray one, apparently hides dirt and works for sudden funerals.
Right.
But here's the thing, this writer, he actually hates to travel, like really avoids anything new or different.
That's Macon Leary. He's the heart of Ann Tyler's amazing novel, The Accidental Tourist.
Exactly. And that's where we're heading today. We're doing a deep dive, pulling from the novel itself, some really insightful criticism, and even a chat with Ann Tyler herself.
Getting her perspective.
Yeah.
Our goal here, for you listening, is to kind of unpack how this guy, Macon, who is so incredibly rigid, so tied to his routines, almost detached.
Yeah, seemingly detached.
How he deals with this immense grief and then finds this totally unexpected connection.
We're going to explore how he ends up challenging, everything he thought about life and love and home, and maybe uncover some surprising things about how we all cope and find humor in really tough times.
Definitely. So Macon Leary, he doesn't just like routines. He's like an architect of order. His whole life is built on these systems.
Oh, yeah, like the famous Macon Leary body bag. You have to explain that one.
Right. It's basically this huge envelope he made by sewing sheets together.
Yeah.
He slips inside it so he gets clean sheets every night.
Without ever actually making the bed. Genius. Or maybe madness.
It's definitely a system. It goes way beyond the bedroom. His shower routine is something else. He actually treads his dirty clothes underfoot while he's showering.
No way.
Yeah, then wrings them out, hangs them up. And the flossing. He flosses his teeth no matter what. Pneumonia, gallstones, even in the hospital right after his son, after the tragedy.
Wow, it's like these aren't just habits, they're essential to him, like breathing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're his armor. He even sorts his foreign money into little marked envelopes so he doesn't have to fumble with unfamiliar coins.
And the guidebook advice, like that gray suit for funerals, it's the sheer effort he puts into controlling everything, minimizing any discomfort, just getting back to what's familiar.
Which leads us straight to the big paradox, right? He writes these accidental tourist guides.
Yeah, for people who don't want to travel but have to for business.
Exactly. He teaches them how to avoid the actual place they're visiting, how to pretend that's where they are, as the book says, instead of, being there.
It's such a metaphor for his whole life, isn't it? Just trying to avoid really engaging.
Completely. He hates foreign food, calls spices cold and yellow, avoids crowds, parties.
I remember the beat about the restaurant sausages being so dry they might have been baked on a rooftop. It's almost funny, his resistance.
It is.
Yeah.
But that rigidity, that's where the contrast with his wife, Sarah, becomes so important. She's described as more, haphazard.
Mercurial.
Yeah, completely different. And after their shared tragedy, his systems give her absolutely no comfort. That's a key line. It really is. You see it early on, that scene in the car in the rain. She's nervous, wants him to slow down.
But he sticks to his system for driving. Doesn't matter how she feels. She even says his systems are part of why they feel so separate.
It just lays bare this crack that was probably already there, but the grief just shatters it.
And that grief, it's just devastating. Their son, Ethan, 12 years old, murdered.
Yeah, during a holdup at a burger bonanza. Just senseless. The guy got the money and then just shot everyone.
Awful. And the blame they carry, it's immense. Blaming the camp, the restaurant, Ethan's friend themselves, even Ethan.
It shows how grief just warps everything, doesn't it? That desperate need to find a reason when there isn't one.
And how they grieve is so, so different. Sarah just falls apart, basically, says people are basically bad, attacks a tree, can barely function, stays in her bathrobe, asking, why bother eating? Why bother breathing?
Just raw despair. Wow, Macon. He goes deeper into his routines. People see it as cold, maybe unfeeling.
Right, chilliness.
But Sarah sees it for what it is. She tells him, "You're so quick to be sensible, Macon, that you've given up on just about everything."
That's such a powerful accusation. And she says, it's what happened to Ethan that ruined us. Macon asks why it couldn't bring them closer.
Which shows just how far apart they are, even in their shared pain. He's still trying to apply logic to this illogical horror.
So eventually Sarah leaves, asks for her own place, then later a legal separation. Macon can barely even say the word separated to his publisher. It's too blunt, too real.
Yeah, their ways of coping just drove them further apart, and it's into that controlled, quiet, grief-filled space that Muriel Pritchett arrives.
Yes. Enter Muriel, the dog trainer.
Yeah.
Macon hires her because his dog, Edward, breaks his leg and starts acting up.
And Muriel is different, right from the start. She's direct, maybe a bit pushy,
Ah.
offers to fix Edward, asks Macon if he ever just wants to talk.
She completely disrupts his world. And her dog training methods, too, they're not about theory, are they?
Not at all. Edward's being stubborn, and she just tells Macon to physically poke him down. It's immediate, embodied. A total contrast to Macon's detached intellectual approach to, well, everything.
It's like she forces him out of his head, and then there's Singleton Street where she lives. That's another kind of otherness.
Oh, completely. It's nothing like Macon's neat Baltimore neighborhood.
Huh?
The houses are described as skimped, flat roofs, formed stone, kind of rundown.
Yeah, and the people seem different too. Some shabby young guys, but also women sweeping stoops, borrowing things, a different kind of community fabric.
And Muriel herself is pure resourcefulness. She talks about how she has to scrape and scrounge, figure out car repairs, juggle jobs.
At first, Macon's pretty judgmental, right? Thinks her son Alexander might have hookworm.
Mm-hmm. He's uncomfortable. But then, slowly, he starts to see something else. The resilience. He has this thought, something like, most human beings do try, how they try.
To be as responsible and kind as they can manage.
Yeah.
It's a turning point.
And the surprising thing is, he starts feeling easier on Singleton Street, despite it all.
Which is huge for him. Finding ease outside his controlled environment. Finding it in the messiness, the authenticity.
And it's brilliant how Tyler uses the dog, Edward, almost like a guide for Macon. But Tyler even said Edward is way ahead of Macon in his reactions.
He takes to Muriel's son, Alexander, right away.
Instantly, while Macon's still figuring things out. And Muriel, she's this mix of really vulnerable and incredibly strong.
She tells him everything, doesn't she? Her hair problems, her ex, Alexander's dad, leaving?
Yeah, she just lays it all out there.
Huge.
But then she has this spiky, pugnacious fierceness. Like when she stands up to that mugger.
Oh, that scene. Macon just standing there, and she handles it. He feels so ashamed of himself.
Right. She lives life in this active, engaged way that's totally alien to him. But she accepts him, his quirks, everything.
And that moment, the C-section scar, that's incredibly powerful.
It really is. She puts his hand on it. It's this silent communication about shared pain, shared loss. Like saying, you are not the only one. No words needed.
It just cuts through all his defenses, and it leads to this huge internal shift for Macon.
Yeah, he has this realization. Who you are when you're with somebody may matter more than whether you love her, which is profound.
He's surprised by her, but even more surprised by himself when he's with her. He becomes an entirely different person.
People mock him for having a soft heart.
Mm-hmm.
He's suddenly anything but orderly.
And he tells his brother, Charles, I'm more myself than I've been my whole life long. It's just, wow, he's thawing out.
He really is. But this change doesn't happen in isolation. We have to talk about the Leary family.
Oh, yes. The Leary bubble. His sister Rose, brothers Charles and Porter, they are so methodical.
And that card game they invented, vaccination.
Yeah.
Nobody else gets it. They seem to change the rules constantly. It's like their own little closed system.
It perfectly captures how they avoid dealing with real-world messiness. So, naturally, they do not approve of Muriel.
Not at all. There's definitely class prejudice, but it's also her. Her personality, her directness, her emotional openness. It makes them uncomfortable.
Charles is particularly nasty about it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Criticizing her house, her English, even Alexander, calling him a scrawny little waif.
Yeah, it's harsh. It's their ordered, repressed world clashing head-on with her messy, authentic one.
But then there's Julian, Macon's publisher. He's interesting.
Right, Julian Edge. He starts as the outsider, but he falls for Rose, Macon's sister.
They get married, and he kind of becomes this bridge, doesn't he? A funny sort of quasi-Leary, but still connected to the outside.
Yeah, a helpful liaison, the book calls him. He manages to exist in both worlds, which is something the other Learys can't really do.
Okay, so things seem to be shifting for Macon, but then Sarah comes back.
Right. The unraveling continues. Sarah returns, wants to try again. She gets nostalgic for their old routines, even Macon's annoying habits.
Like how slow he is in hardware stores or how he inches past stop signs, things that used to drive her crazy.
And she admits she saw someone else, someone more dashing, but found herself wishing he'd be cautious, like Macon. Inch past stop signs the way my husband does.
It shows her own journey, realizing what she missed. And she even suggests having another baby. A desperate move, maybe.
Possibly. Trying to recapture something. But Macon, he's moved on. He can't go back.
He realizes they've used each other up. That's such a sad phrase.
It is. And he makes the choice. He decides to leave Sarah, go back to Muriel. He knows it's not the easy way out.
And Sarah warns him, right, tells him how people will see them as this mismatched couple.
Mm-hmm. But Macon just accepts it. He's choosing authenticity now, not how things look.
And the ending, it's not some big dramatic cure, is it? It's quieter than that.
Very quiet, very poignant. Macon's hurt his back. He's struggling, leaves his bag, and this young boy helps him get a taxi.
And the way the boy walks, that jaunty, stiff-legged walk.
It reminds Macon of Ethan. He thinks, if Ethan hadn't died, wouldn't he have grown into such a person?
It's not about replacing Ethan, but it's this tiny moment of connection, isn't it? An acceptance of life with all its pain and unexpected little moments of grace.
Exactly. He's finding a way to connect again beyond his old systems. So
Yeah.
Macon, who starts out trapped by routine and grief, finds this new life, this connection, by basically stumbling into otherness.
Yeah, letting it in. His journey is really about self-discovery, accepting a different kind of love, a different kind of family that doesn't fit his neat boxes.
It's messy, but maybe richer for it.
Absolutely. It really shows how getting pushed, even accidentally outside our comfort zones, can lead somewhere important. Which brings us to a final thought, actually, from Anne Tyler herself.
Oh.
She said, "The best part about being a writer is the experience of learning gradually what it is like to be a person completely different from me."
That's fascinating.
And maybe Macon's story suggests the real accidental tourism isn't about flying somewhere. Maybe it's about exploring those unfamiliar places inside ourselves, our emotions, our relationships, discovering parts of ourselves and others we never expected.
So the question for you, listening, might be, what parts of your life are maybe waiting for an accidental tourist to show up and shake things up a bit?